Welcome to part 93 of my Let's Play of Fallout New Vegas. We are here at the edge of Redrock Canyon, where the Great Khans are stationed. Now, I am a little bit in disrepair here. Need to heal up. Was hoping for a bed, but I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. So, I suppose I better heal up beforehand. Let's see what we've got as far as aid goes. How about some purified water? That'll heal me a little bit. I'll pop it open and drink another one. It's less to carry, too. And Sunset Sarsaparilla, you're next. I see a tent up ahead. Many tents. Okay, cannot enter these tents. Alright, they do not seem to want to kill me. For once. Boone, wait here.
What?
So, you've been sucked into the decadence of the Strip as well, have you?
Fuck off and die.
Alright. We can at least sleep. Boone, I think it's okay for you to, come along. They don't seem hostile, which surprises me.
I've got you.
We got a building here. Great Khan Longhouse. Regis, Papa Khan, and Carl.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
Can you tell me about your people?
You want to hear the story of the Great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory.
Maybe you could give me the short version.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The Great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
Only 14 years? How did the three families defeat you?
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them.
What happened to Bitter Springs?
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
That's horrible.
It's because of that we have sworn to take revenge on the NCR. With our new allies in Caesar's Legion, we will crush them.
On second thought, let's talk about something else.
Typical. No reverence for history in the younger generations.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea to say. Who are you?
You march all the way out to Redrock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the Great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
I don't know what to ask. To ask him to...
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans?
I don't think it's a good idea to ask him to break up with Caesar's Legion.
That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar.
So if you were in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Caesar if asked?
I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere.
Tell me about Papa Khan.
Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. He's kept us together through all of our hardships, ever since we left California. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. And sometimes, I worry that's poisoned his mind.
What do you mean about Papa's hatred poisoning his mind?
Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider.
Tell me about Bitter Springs.
I really don't like to talk about it. Let's just say it was a tragedy, and the NCR is to blame. And we'll leave it at that.
Who are you?
Name's Regis. I'm Papa Khan's advisor and right-hand man. I'm also the chief enforcer of the tribe's laws, so watch your behavior.
Goodbye.
Until next time.
Hey, Carl.
I've been warned about you. You are perilously close to making an enemy of Caesar, and that is not wise.
What do you think of the Great Khans?
They're a tribe of fine warriors with many proud traditions and a glorious history. They will be worthy additions to the Legion.
Who are you?
My name is Carl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the Great Khans as a token of our alliance.
What alliance?
In exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
What's your role in Caesar's Legion?
I am one of the Frumentari. It is my duty to scout the waste in Caesar's name and make contact with any tribes that might serve a useful purpose. You might say I'm somewhere between a scout and an ambassador. I'm assigned here as part of the alliance between the Legion and the Great Khans.
What does the Legion want with the Great Khans?
Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
Had some other questions?
Speak then.
I guess I don't. Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
So, am I bold enough to ask Papa Khan to leave the Legion? Like, break up their alliance with a Legion in front of a Legion emissary? Oh, do not want to do that. I want to leave that alone. It's a bed I can not rest in there.
In the past, I'd have had someone like you executed for showing their face here. Consider yourself lucky I don't have the warriors to spare.
Alright, let's do it. I've come to ask the Great Khans to break their alliance with Caesar's Legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Because the NCR is the best hope for long-term... Ooh, he won't like to hear that. You think Caesar's going to restore your tribe to glory? You'll be made slaves.
Ha! The Great Khans will not be slaves. Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado, and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The Great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes. Farewell.
Well, I might have had one chance to convince him, but it doesn't look like I can now.
Greetings in the name of Kaiser.
Alright, well, I made contact with the Great Khans. I guess I can report back to Yes Man now.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion. I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
Really? What is it you had in mind?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the Great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration.
So what do I do?
Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular. Me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might be able to sway him.
Aren't you convinced already if we're having this conversation?
I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan based on nothing more than doubts. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and I'll back you.
What would convince Jack and Diane to support me?
You'd have to talk to them, but those 2 have been thick as thieves since they were kids. Convince one, and the other will come around.
What about Melissa?
Ah, Melissa. She's a bit of a dreamer. Last time she was in camp, Carl filled her head with stories of serving the Legion as a speculatore. Personally, I've never seen a woman in Legionnaire's armor, so I have my doubts.
Alright, I'll see what I can do to convince everyone.
Good. Oh, one more thing. Caesar's representative, Carl, has become fast friends with Papa. Carl's the one who has him so fixated on this alliance. You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of the picture.
How would I do that?
Carl talks prettily about the honor and nobility of the Great Khans, but I suspect his actual opinion is less flattering. Maybe you could find something he wrote that expresses that opinion, or trick him into losing his cool in the longhouse right in front of Papa.
Alright, I'm good at speechcraft. I'll keep that in mind.
I would too, if I were you.
Maybe I'll save that part for last. I don't know. No, I'll go first. It's right here. Hey, Carl.
What more do you want?
Been wondering why you don't petition the Khans for membership as a show of allegiance.
Join? Oh, no, I simply couldn't. That is, I'm not worthy of such an honor.
But surely a warrior in service of glorious Caesar is the equal of any tribe's finest.
Of course I am. That is to say, Caesar has many fine warriors, and I wouldn't wish to compare them to the Great Khans.
Because you know they'd come up lacking?
Enough! How dare you compare Caesar's finest to this tribe of savages? The mightiest Great Khan is scarcely a match for a Legion recruit. The burned man would leave their mightiest shitting themselves in terror. I would. That is...
Interesting opinion, Carl. I wonder what Papa Khan will say about this.
You motherless bastard. You'll pay for this.
Great Khans. Drive C. Hey!
Alright, Papa Khan, what's up?
Ah, you're back. What else do you need?
He just goes back to eating. Goodbye.
Farewell.
Alright, Carl, what have you got that I can steal off your dead body? Really not much of anything. I was hoping for more than that. So yeah, I didn't even have to kill him. I just let Papa Khan do it. So, we'll make our active quest now. Oh my Papa. convince Melissa, find Regis evidence, and convince Jack and Diane to speak out. So the closest quest, I see 2 people here, and then the rest of them are kind of out and about, near Good Springs and way out in Cottonwood Cove, which I'm guessing is another Great Khan settlement if I'm vilified there. So we'll find these 2 first. Hello. It looked like she was pointing at something. I guess they're up the hill? I see outhouses. I can sit in the outhouse. What is that? I think I have to go out and around to do this safely and not die. Hey, I found Redrock Canyon. What do you know? I've only been walking around in here for a while. About time, I suppose. Well, they're being friendly for me being vilified here, you know. I figured they would, you know, shoot me on sight. But it's nice that they're not. The Brotherhood of Steel, unfortunately, is shooting me on sight because I couldn't manage to convince that guy to leave on his own. Not the best. Alright, looks like I can find them north through this canyon. Perhaps. There's one of them here. Redrock Drug Lab. Okay. Hello, Jack.
Whoa, new guy.
What is it you do here?
Do? We don't, like, do anything. We make the magic happen.
What's the magic?
We make the happy stuff. What do you need? Jet, Psycho, a little Med-X to ease the pain?
How'd you get into this business?
Guess I just had a natural talent for it. When I was a kid, these cats called the Followers of the Apocalypse came to our camp. They knew all kinds of kooky, scientistical stuff, so I ate up all the chemistry they could teach. Diane had the head for business, so we teamed up.
Who's Diane?
Diane's my girl, man. We've been taking care of each other our whole lives, ever since our folks died. Now we keep the Khans and Caps together.
Tell me a little about the Great Khans.
They're family, you dig? They've always looked out for us, made sure we had something to eat and a place to crash. Papa may look like a big angry bear, but he's a softy at heart. Regis is cool, scary, but cool. The rest are all pretty groovy, even little Jerry.
Who's Jerry?
The other dudes call him Jerry the Punk. That's kind of harsh, though. I think he's just a sensitive soul that needs some love. He's usually down around the proving ground if you want to say yo.
Alright. I can ask for work peddling drugs, but I'm not going to today. What do you have for sale?
Oh, you're buying. Cool.
Might be able to sell him something. Nothing. Let's see. We've got an impressive setup here. Have you considered making more helpful chems?
What do you mean, helpful? My stuff already makes people feel groo-delicious.
But I think all the people who overdose on Jet... Think of all the people who overdose on Jet and Psycho. It's bad for your karma.
Oh, you're right. I should start a side project making meds to keep my aura clean.
Huh, okay. How's the medical work going?
Already on it. I whipped up a few stim packs already. But if you've got any more recipes, I'll take them.
Alright, if I find recipes, I'll bring them to you. I'm here to ask you to publicly oppose Papa Khan's alliance with Caesar.
Huh? Look, man, me and Diane, we don't dig on that politics stuff, savvy? We just make the product and make it get to a good home. Sure, Caesar's a drag, but as long as we've got each other, we don't care who the top dogs roll with.
But you won't have each other. The Legion will kill you and sell Diane into slavery as a prostitute.
Dude, what a total haul. No way that's Kopashishi. Yeah, okay. Me and Diane got your back. No sweat.
Alright, I'm here to ask you to publicly oppose Papa Khan's alliance with Caesar.
Oh, it's cool, man. I got your back.
That's done. Goodbye.
Take it easy, dude.
Guess we can talk to Diane quickly, too. Hello, Diane.
You're not one of my regulars. What do you want?
So about the alliance with Caesar's Legion.
Don't worry, Jack and I have talked it over. We'll talk up the idea of breaking the alliance.
What is it you do here?
We keep the Great Khans from falling apart, essentially. Jack manufactures the chems. I organize the runners and the shipments.
Who do you sell to?
We make regular shipments to a lot of settlements around the Mojave. A lot of our business comes from the fiends lately. Personally, I think they're kind of creepy. But Papa likes the fact they get all hopped up on Psycho and harass the NCR patrols.
Good to know. Had some other questions.
Like what?
Tell me a little about the Great Khans.
I'll spare you the history lesson. Talk to Papa Khan if you want to hear that story. Things have been rough for a while now. Even with Jack working all the time and my runners making deliveries daily, we're barely getting by. Maybe this alliance with Caesar will help, but I don't know.
Why are things so tough?
Redrock Canyon isn't exactly the most hospitable place. There's no food, barely any water, and nothing anybody wants. We used to send patrols out to acquire supplies, but ever since Bitter Springs, there just aren't enough of us left.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure. What do you want to know?
What do you think about Caesar?
Well, it's not like I'm super attached to working with Caesar or anything, but if it'll stop his patrols from harassing my runners, I'm all for it. Papa hasn't steered us wrong yet.
What do you have for sale?
Jack handles the small-time purchases. You should talk to him unless you're looking for a major shipment.
Okay, I'll do that.
Anything else?
Have you started making meds yet?
Yeah, you made a pretty good argument. We'll keep it small for now, but if it turns a profit, we might expand.
Alright. I'm gonna go see if he actually has any more meds for sale.
Why do you have to harsh my mellow? Just be cool, you dig?
He's got stim packs now. They're a little more expensive, but as you'd expect.
Take it easy, dude.
Alright, well, we got two of the people we need, and we got Carl to expose his true colors. So I think that means... Hey, we can sleep on this bed, too. I think that means we only have one more Great Khan to convince of that they need to support us here in opposing Caesar's Legion. So I'm just going to rest for 13 hours till 7 a.m. But yeah, that'll be that, and in our next episode we'll track down that last Great Khan and try to convince them as well. Then we'll meet up with Regis, have him talk to Papa Khan, and we'll see where that goes. So thanks for watching this episode of Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Be sure to tune in next time.